Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. It's Rare Whiskey Friday. Now, Rare Whiskey Friday, basically whiskeys that don't get a tremendous amount of distribution. If you are fortunate enough to have some of these whiskeys in your local area, a couple things. We're gonna review it.
You're lucky.
If we find a diamond in the rough, that's awesome. If not, then you're welcome.
Yes. Now this is from Paul Hermes.
Yeah, Paul Hermes, you magnificent bastard.
Fight.
So, what is it?
This is a Florida whiskey
Okay.
called Palm Ridge
Okay.
Reserve.
Okay, I'm getting that.
Now,
Getting that crafty smell. That barn hay.
yep, absolutely.
Sweet musky hay barn.
Only this one's a little more
But no, it's
strong.
yes, and
There's something else.
And there's a base sweetness to that nose that is interesting. I'm trying to put a pin in it.
It's it's a preserve of some kind. It's
It's nice. The base sweetness is nice.
it's peaches.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Yeah, like peach preserves.
Yeah, there's sugar in there too. Mixed. Yeah. Okay. And then the hay, the musty sweet barn hay. Okay. So on the taste.
Interesting.
I like that.
So this is kind of cool. This is Marty and Dick Waters.
Okay.
In Florida, right in the middle of Florida, just south of
Yeah.
Colin National Forest.
Non-chill filtered, 45%.
Yeah. So they have a ranch, like a cattle ranch.
Wow.
And they just make only 500 cases a year
Right.
of whiskey. Right, which is actually, or more than what we're doing, but it's not that much. It's a small distillery.
It says micro batch on here, so they mean like tiny.
Yeah, I mean that's 6,000 bottles.
Right. Which
Right.
we're
So that's 500 bottles a month.
you know. So the most interesting thing, I'm going to start with the finish.
Yeah.
Take a sip, and then, for me at least, 20 seconds away from the finish, I'm still tasting like a candy vanilla.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
That almost rubbery vanilla,
And
like
it's-
synthetic,
Well, there's the artificial,
not metallic.
not metallic, because there's the artificial vanilla that has like a metallic kind of zing
not
to
metallic.
it. But
That rubber fresh toy squeeze air toy.
like the Toys R Us smell with vanilla.
Yeah.
Vanilla. Remember Toys R Us? It was the best smell in the world. You walk in Toys R Us.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
As a kid.
Toys R Us smell with the metallic. Now, the thing that was interesting about with the non-metallic vanilla, the thing that was interesting about the vanilla though, is the length of time that it clings to the tongue. I have only experienced that long of a finish with artificial vanilla flavored whiskeys. Because
Right.
the artificial stuff lasts for days. You can't get rid of it.
Well-
the aftertaste is forever. But that vanilla cling.
They say on their website that they are mellowing it with toasted orange and oak wood,
Okay.
and then finishing in small charred oak barrels. Now, if that's true, that would be why they're not calling it bourbon. It's called whiskey.
I'm really enjoying the taste. The smell was okay.
Because of the finishing.
The nose was okay. I'm gonna be fancy, say nose, but smell.
It's less than a year old. And dude, I love the way these guys label. Because they just said it right there. Look, for one, they're calling it whiskey, not a category.
Sure.
Because they did all these weird things.
Sure.
And then on the back, they say right there, mellowed with orange and oak wood, young whiskey, less than a year old.
Right
It
on.
says right on the back.
This was less than a year.
Less than a year.
Whoa! Those are fantastic flavors. For
I know.
being less than a year.
You know what? I was prepared to hate this, and I don't.
No.
And,
Pleasantly surprised.
damn.
Pleasantly surprised.
Brothers Waters,
Yeah.
well done.
That's real nice. Now, Rare Whiskey Friday, we got a lot of whiskeys back to back, so these are really, first impressions. We're not going to be able to deep dive into any single one.
Do you want to do
of
new
these.
glasses every time or try to rinse?
I don't care. Whatever we got.
So, this is from Texas.
Right.
This is from Grapevine, Texas.
Oh, you know what? I got a chip on my shoulder already. Strike one.
Tahwahkaro.
Strike one with the grapevine.
Tahwahkaro was the original name of the Grapevine area.
Okay.
What's the chip on your shoulder, Rex? While
Okay.
I desperately try to get the wax off of this damn thing.
So, high school, right? Like the dream, especially in Texas, football's huge. The dream is to have, while you're in high school, your senior varsity football team go to state.
Right.
And then, like, I'm in high school, I think I was a junior or sophomore or something. And then we're going to state.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Oh, and the grapevine beat us.
Only in
Oh.
Texas can you still have a bone to pick with high school football rivalries
Right.
when you're almost 40. I'm just saying, that's very Texas of you.
38. I got time before my life is over.
All right. So this is a 4-grain bourbon.
Yeah. Okay.
Made here in Texas.
Yeah. Again, man, that sweet,
There it is.
Sweet hay musty barn.
It really is.
It's such a craft nose.
Why? What
It's
is
such a
it? What is
craft-
it that's causing that the big boys are avoiding? Now, you're not finding it in Balcones or,
So here, the thing. It's not intrinsically bad.
No.
It's just it's down on the list of things that I would prefer to get on a nose.
That would be like saying peat smoke is bad.
Right.
It is a characteristic, and it shows up in a lot of whiskey, right?
People are going to have it higher or lower on their list of favorite smells. Yeah.
This is a characteristic that we find in a lot of craft distilleries.
And it's like, it's not a barn filled with shit, but it's a barn filled with hay.
Fresh grain, fresh hay.
Right.
But it does have the dust of the grain.
Absolutely.
Like when it's being poured into the silo and dust fills the air a little bit.
This smells like it's pretty saturated.
Or out of the
flavors.
silo.
Do we know what kind of still they're using?
No.
Okay.
I tried to avoid doing too much research on this because I didn't want to die. By the way, this was from Kat Rajne and Shane Jeffcoat again.
Cat Shane and patron saint of
Kind of makes me dizzy.
So I've noticed in the animation that plays for patron saints, people are missing your spin. They don't get the spin. The whole time the patron saint's going, Daniel's spinning. It's beautiful. It's
How are they missing it?
Because the animation's playing.
Oh.
It's a good move.
Man, it's a great move.
I know it's a good move.
All right.
All right, go ahead. Ooh,
No, I know these guys.
Yeah. I like
They're a part of the Texas Whiskey Association.
right on.
And they're really cool people. I'll be visiting them at the end of the month on the motorcycle ride. But I avoided trying to do too much research so that I could just go into this bottle
Right.
as completely blind as possible.
Sure.
On only taste and smell.
So I get like a bitey nutmeg that almost turns into cinnamon and then melts into vanilla.
Son of a bitch, that's the most accurately described nosing note I've ever heard you give.
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't count because that was the taste for me.
Oh.
On the taste, it's
Because I get that on the nose now.
on the bitey nutmeg that almost turns into cinnamon and then melts into vanilla on the taste.
Because what I was going to say is vanilla latte, but dusted with all the extra
Oh, right.
things from the coffee bar.
Oh, I can see that. Get into the taste though. It's not wildly different than the nose. Vanilla, and then the hay note shows up with vanilla.
Shoom
on
at the
end.
very end. Woo!
Well-
It sort of does this J hook.
It does, but it melts into vanilla. But
Yeah.
the vanilla and the hay, it doesn't bite. It's not like a hot.
And it's dry.
It's not a hot sting. But
No.
vanilla and, well, to the extent vanilla and hay can be dry, but yeah, I like it. The craft nose that I get
Yeah.
from so many things is never going to be my favorite nose.
You know that taste of when you pick up a piece of hay and you're chewing on it while you walk? When you're out? You ever do that?
I've never done that.
Or a piece of grass, something you chew on it?
Right.
Imagine doing that and then taking a sip of like a slight vanilla
Sure.
flavored something.
All right, next one.
All right, we're moving on. All right, the next one is from Spencer Whalen.
Spencer.
Magnificent bastard.
Spencer Whelan, you magnificent bastard.
Fight.
Now he brought this and he said, "Hey, we opened this, but I thought you might want to try it. This is an Indian whiskey,
Indian.
right? But it's their peated one.
How dare you?
It's only half.
How,
It's only half
I
full.
retract the bastarding. You Spencer Whelan, you. How do you say magnificent bastard backwards? I got
Someone's gonna have to do that now.
Okay.
All right, this is.
Oh,
I
there's
like
the
this
peat.
nose already.
Man.
Now remember, we liked Paul John before.
Yeah.
This is an Indian distillery we kind of dug.
Right.
And this is cask strength peated version.
Okay. Now
Right.
I'm getting something interesting on the nose with this peat.
Okay.
Usually, like the peat element is just going to dominate everything, but there's something surprising and fairly unique that is going toe to toe with the peat here, and it's a nuttiness
Yeah.
along with the peat.
Cause see, I'm getting melon. I'm getting like a honeydew melon,
Man, I'm not getting melon at all on the nose.
and then into a walnut.
Yeah, the nuttiness is what I'm saying. though.
Yeah.
The nuttiness.
Surrounded with smoke.
Yeah, of course, it's peat, but wow. Okay. All right. So I'm not getting a lot of iodine. I'm not getting the burnt rubber.
No, it's smoky, but it's
Right.
but it's like,
It's earthy peat.
yeah. If it must be a wooded peat that they're getting,
Yeah.
right, as opposed to island peat.
Right. And I'm not getting like savory, iodine, meaty rubber. They're really aggressive, intense, things that the peat heads go for. Inject it into my veins. It's like, nah, it's not that kind of peat. It's very present, very intense, but it's a different character to this peatiness, to this smoke, and it's flirting with a little bit of nuttiness in there.
Oh man. Okay, the barbecue smoke comes across in the palate.
Ooh, yeah.
At the very end. Now it turns into meaty, proteiny barbecue,
On the
charred in the brisket.
The burnt ends of
Yeah,
brisket.
burnt in brisket.
On the taste. India's making...
This is legit.
Yeah. We've had a few Indian things, yeah?
Yeah. And I'm a fan.
Now, do we know much about the history of Indian whiskey?
Well, it was the English who were, trying to build empires that brought whiskey
This is the reason,
into India.
This is the reason why I ask. Because obviously Japanese whiskey, heavily influenced by Scotch. Indian whiskey, all the Indian whiskeys I've had, very, very Scotch-alike. And this is right there with it.
And by the way, this is who had this originally.
Okay.
Corey Ozdemir at Whiskey Monster.
Okay. So, did we bastard the wrong person?
No. Spencer's the one who handed it to me.
Did he mooch a donation and then claim?
Oh, he got it back! I think he gets it back. For that. He mooched it and mooched part of the whiskey.
Brutal. I'm not even mad. Just respect.
Corey Ozdemir.
Corey Ozdemir, you real
Magnificent bastard.
Fight.
Spencer.
I love it.
You gotta keep an eye on that guy.
Yeah. Sneaky.
Tricky. All right, what's the next
Coming
one?
back to it, this smells more and more
Because-
like classic Isla.
Because it's peaty, you and I just want to camp out here.
Well, here's the thing. The next two, even peatier. Ooh! I know!
Hold on. Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, that's
I
good.
have a clear head.
That's good. That's good whiskey. I'm a fan. Okay, we're moving to...
Good job, India.
Wait for it. Another gift from Nathan Huey, Paladin of Whiskey.
Okay, Nathan Huey, we're still coming up with ceremony.
Paladin
Yeah.
of Whiskey.
Man, yeah, cool, dude.
I think I did the snorkel dance thing.
Yeah, that's.
This is Westland. When Nathan delivers.
We could have a Nathan Huey month apparently.
Oh yeah, there's no question. And it would be one of the most expensive whiskey months we've ever done.
All right, so this is.
Westland does a peat week.
Okay.
Sort of like Balvenie does a peat week.
Yeah, we like Westland a lot.
Right?
Yeah.
And during that 2017 release, they released 3 bottles,
Yeah.
each one with a commemorative style, like circus sideshow act.
You want me to help?
I might need help. I wouldn't think so.
Oh God, please let this happen.
Yeah, no, please.
Please let this happen.
Give it a try.
Lord, give me the strength.
I know.
Oh man, this is
you
hard.
get it?
It's slippery. It's like you greased it up, Daniel.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You greased
That's
it with your little hobbity paws. So
It's real. Here, let me loosen it with a knife.
I need something clingy.
There we go.
Yeah.
I loosened that seal that way.
All right.
I love Westland, and I can't pretend to be objective when it comes to Westland.
Well, hold on.
Westland and Balcones, they're just always singing my own personal song.
Okay.
Matter of fact, if I ever leave the academy,
Right.
you're probably going to find me either trying to get a job for Balcones or Westland.
Right. And then the people at Westland go, let's be honest, Daniel.
Or here's
You'll
the thing.
work here for free.
That's true.
So this is totally different character of Pete.
I love it.
Than the Indian one we did.
Yes.
So if the Indian job was about, already forgot the name.
This is Molasses Pete.
If the Indian peat is a much more of a traditional Scotch kind of peatiness, very close to the traditional stuff from Isla, this is not. This isn't very unique.
I love the nose
which
on
end
this.
is the front? I guess this one's the front. That's
Sure.
the front.
Yeah.
The picture.
So 54.4%, at least 3 years old.
Yeah.
I have a really viscerally strong memory of driving from Ontario, Oregon.
You realize this is a donation day. We got a lot of whiskey.
Yeah, from
Okay.
Ontario, no, we only have one more after this.
Right.
Ontario, Oregon to Portland.
Right.
And on my way, I stopped off because I stumbled into this area where the snow was still around, but in clumps on the side of the road, going through the dense wooded forest.
Right.
And I just I'm alone. I pulled off into the woods, off the side of the road, and I just disappeared into the woods.
Right.
I just went walking off into the random deep woods of Oregon.
Right.
And I found these creek beds and moss logs and this. I still remember the smell of those woods, of this deep, dense
Right.
foliage, moss and earth and wood.
So as you were talking,
And I'm getting that in the nose.
you were saying moss, and I'm getting some mossiness. I'm also getting a medicinal element.
If you burned some of that with a fire while sitting in the deep, dark woods of Washington State or Oregon,
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting.
Yeah. That is.
And I love it.
So this has to be a different kind of peat. I don't think this is coming from Scotland.
So when I agitated it a lot and then got it on the side of the nose, I got a really big, quick flash of perfume.
Because you can get peat from like so
but
many places.
Smell
around the
that,
world.
and I'm not saying what kind. Smell that and just think perfume.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of perfume, but just like all of a sudden it got
Perfumey.
perfumey.
Basically, you get it all up on the sides of the glass.
Yeah.
We do it ham-fistedly by going, but most people just do a little,
Yeah, if you
little
rolled it, it would be
rotation,
better.
so it doesn't look like you're like flipping out.
It's got everything I love about Westland. That dark chocolate coffee note, but with smoke.
Dark. That's what it was, like a bitter dark chocolate.
Taste it.
Okay.
Did you taste it?
Kept trying to pinpoint this element.
Yeah, it's the
with
same thing that's in Deer Hammer.
the
and
moss, the smokiness from the burning moss too, and then like the medicinal note that I'm getting, and then bitter dark chocolate.
Yeah. Did you already taste it, or is this your second sip?
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude.
And you start to get some savory meatiness on the taste too.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, and then the Nutland.
Ah!
I'm sorry. The Westland.
The Nutland.
The nuttiness. The nuttiness that I love about a lot of Westland whiskeys.
All right.
It shows up. My favorite distillery is Nutland.
Nutland. Everybody loves the Nutland.
No, but it totally shows up. The nuttiness.
So here's the thing.
You rarely get that flavor, and I love it when you do.
This is from Joe Dimmick.
Almost a peanut butter. Joe Dimmick, you magnificent bastard.
Fight.
Now he sent some notes.
Oh, right on.
Before he had sent a budget whiskey. We're not going to talk about
What
it.
the hell?
He said, hey, the first bottle was more of a gag donation.
Okay.
There might be a little dust on it, but don't fool you. It was sitting on the shelf for a few years before being rescued.
Yeah.
The second bottle
Yeah.
is an appreciation of where my short whiskey journey has taken since starting about a year ago after watching your clickbait 10 Whiskeys for Beginners. I learned pretty quickly I prefer trips to the woodshed.
Oh, there you go.
I hope you guys enjoy,
Yeah.
and thanks for all the reviews and the ever-growing collection on my cabinet. Joe is a king among men for sending Octomore 8.3.
So it's funny how many self-described peat lovers. They love the eyeless Scotch, a smoky, briny, iodine, rubber, savory, bacony, hammy meat, whatever. They'll talk about the Ardbeg and the Lagavulin and the Lefroy, and then
They won't talk about Octomore.
they don't talk about the Octomore.
Well, for one, it's a lot harder to get it, and it's extremely expensive.
Yeah. But
And it exists in its own category of smokiness.
Okay,
It is
all right.
the 8.3
Yeah.
when they recorded it.
Right.
This whiskey we're about to drink
yes.
registered the highest peat level ever recorded on a malted barley. Okay, so here's the thing. He also sent Emma a note.
Okay.
Hello, Emma. Thank you for the response on Patreon.
Oh my God!
I hope that you're able to steal a few drams.
Oh, it's so good. Go ahead.
I hope that you're able to steal a few drams of this Octomore and enjoy it.
Nope.
Sorry, Emma.
Denied.
You're not getting any.
You know why? Because I'd love to. I'd love to be like, Emma, get yourself a glass. Pour yourself some of this.
She's not here. She's out of town.
She's totally gone.
Yeah. Missed out.
Man, it's gonna be
She
gone.
doesn't watch our videos.
Will it be gone? Probably not. Will be gone by the time we get back.
Oh,
So-
that nose.
Hold on.
5 years old.
Because we're talking about these people that are peat heads, Ardbeg, Lagavulin, Freud, and the eyelid stuff. Those are the big three. And then I asked about the Octomore, and they're like, no, I never really tried Octomore. And we're talking about peatiness and how it presents, and you start getting into like stuff that's so peaty that it's savory meatiness. But there's a step beyond, for you peat heads, there's a step beyond savory meatiness, and it basically becomes so peaty, it starts to turn into a funky cheese.
A funky cheese,
Bang.
And then a chocolate-covered cherry.
Oh, dude.
Chocolate-covered cherries.
God.
Right?
God. So I want to do a video on our other channel where we basically pour this for non-whiskey people and just get the reactions.
Oh yeah. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
On the street.
Right.
Like Jimmy Fallon.
We pour,
you know.
we pour like the peatiest whiskey in the world for non-whiskey drinkers.
Yeah, we want to pour you some scotch. Tell us what you think.
Like the gag reflex I'm imagining. God, it doesn't smell like it should be consumable. But you know you're gonna.
Yeah, right now. Oh man.
This is
wow.
This is beautifully, violently peaty.
I almost got like I once stayed in this 200-year-old inn.
Oh, stinky cheese.
And
so good.
And it had carpeted stairs in a old antique wooden stairwell, but with that carpet running down the middle.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that.
Okay.
The smell combination of oiled wood and the dusty carpet.
Like old carpet.
Yeah. Man.
So this is another league of peatiness. Mm-hmm. I think this may actually be the pinnacle, at least of anything I've ever tried.
This might be the mustiest Octomore I've ever had.
The echelon of peaty smokiness, funky cheese. We're talking about old carpet. We're talking about the wood, the polished wood.
Yeah. Dude, I've got to live with this for a while. This is something that if I was drinking it and we weren't doing a show, it would take me an hour to work my way through a pour.
We're circling back. This is going to be its own episode with a series of Octomores. And we basically are going to need to sit down for that whole episode.
Yeah.
For reasons.
All right.
Our notes sucked on this. We can't do it justice.
No, because it's just too good.
With the first impression, it's not enough time. We'll circle back someday. Here's Fighting, Stealing, and Drinking.
If you fight, may you fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal the lover's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.